I'm Sattelberg, and I'm the Director of Military and Veteran Programs. And I'm responsible for all things veterans and active duty military, DoD. Quite frankly, what I do is I try to go out and leverage my experiences to help veterans and their families change their lives by offering them alternatives to 4-year education. I retired from the United States Army as a sergeant major a couple years ago after 24 years. And I came into the workforce to help veterans. The IT industry is good for everybody, but for our veterans and our active duty service members transitioning, it's a very focused field. In the military, you had to deal with, you had to be disciplined, you had to be innovative, you had to take initiative. And that's what these organizations are looking for in their IT departments are those folks that can, stick to timelines, they can think outside the box, be creative, and use their experiences to help that organization maybe protect their platform or what it is that they're working on. Veterans really seem to do very well in IT specific kind of jobs just because they're focused and they're dedicated to what they're doing. My computer career supports military active duty through our Air Force Skillbridge program on Nellis Air Force Base. We started this program in August of 2020, and we started with a small class of 4. Today we're in our 8th cohort, and we have filled to 18, so much so that we've had to add the second classroom. And so every 6 weeks we're going to be starting a new course in finding great success and being able to help transitioning service members as they're in their final 180 days of service to find that next niche in their life and to positively change their life as they get ready to transit. One of the hardest transitions they're going to go through is that transition from their military service to the civilian world, and we're just a small part of being able to make that a little bit easier. The Skillbridge program is a DoD directed training program where service members from all the branches within their final 180 days can participate in a training of their choosing, really, for what it is they envision themselves doing when they transition out. The military and DoD have given the ability for, in their final 180 days, for an individual to do an internship. They can do an employment skills training, which is what we offer, where you can go to a specific program. You can learn the skill set that you're going to need to be successful as you transition out. The best part about it is that, it is at no cost to a service member, no out-of-pocket cost to the service member. So, organizations that are participating really have the interest of these service members at the forefront of their minds. What it's really trying to do is trying to cut down on the unemployment rate as individuals transition out. And I would say it's probably been pretty successful because the Skillbridge program itself is just growing exponentially, specifically over the course of probably the last 6 or 7 months. And we've seen it within ours where we've grown our enrollments by over 50%. I've had former colleagues of mine that have come through the program after I got here, and they seen that I was here. They actually went through the program and they did very, very well. They got multiple certifications as they transitioned out. And, they're enjoying it, that they were those kind of guys that were those tech people that just enjoyed messing with computers. What they would tell is asynchronous learning. They tried it. It didn't work for them. They liked the structure of being in the classroom, being able to have a set schedule for when those classes were going to be. It kind of just kept them on point for what it is they wanted to achieve. It's all about the discipline of being able to dedicate the right amount of time to the study. And what they have found is that, participating in a live program with a live instructor was more fruitful than trying an asynchronous learning model where they could just try and follow it online and at their own pace. It was just taking them forever. That's really what their thoughts were, is that it it helped them to overcome the challenges that they were going to be facing.